The ANC has resolved to have a Heroes' Acre at national and provincial levels to honour those who laid their lives for the liberation of this country. Currently, some former freedom fighters from the ANC's Umkhonto Sizwe, the PAC's APLA and Azapo's Azania are still buried in shallow graves in some parts of the continent. In some camps in Angola, dozens of former MK soldiers' bodies cannot be exhumed and repatriated back home because they are buried in landmine-infested areas. But the ANC's rapporteur on arts and culture, Obed Bapela, says that they've resolved to start the repatriation of some of these bodies and build Heroes' Acres in their honour in different provinces. Well, for a little bit more on this, we're now joined by the PAC's Deputy President, Victor Serakalala. Thank you so much indeed for joining us and welcome to the programme.
Good evening, Peter Ndoro, and good evening to the SABC followers.
Deputy President, are you encouraged by what's come out of the ANC's deliberations about Heroes' Acres to recognise those that fought bravely for the liberation of the country?
Of course, if it is coming from the ANC, one would actually be appreciated with the decision made. But however, what is important is the decision that is going to be made by government, because usually if you were to look at what the ANC is doing or suggesting as opposed to what government is doing, you will think that these are two different entities altogether. While we expecting that the ruling party will implement its policies, in most cases the situation did not seem the same. However, it is encouraging that the ANC has seen the need to build the Heroes' Acre in this country to honor those who have sacrificed their lives for the liberation of this country.
All right. Are you confident that PAC heroes will also be recognized alongside ANC cadres?
Thanks, Mr. Ndoro. A difficult question to answer because in the past we have experienced quite a very different approach in that respect. However, in the spirit of nation building, we hope that when the government take a decision of this caliber, it will be implemented across all structures that have fought for the liberation of the country. However, we are aware of the fact that in the past, the ANC seemed to be concentrated only on their members, and that divisive mode and spirit we completely discourage as a PAC.
Mm. Does your party know where your comrades are, those that perhaps need to be exhumed and just found even?
We know where they are, and we know the challenges relating to some of the countries where our people are. For instance, we are aware that the Tanzanian government in particular would not like, is not really so keen for the program of repatriation, because for them it is the record of the history they've contributed in the liberation of Africa in general. We are aware that we've got the former president of the PAC that is buried in the Heroes' Acre in Zimbabwe. So when we engage an activity of this caliber, families of our movement in particular will have to be taken into confidence so that some of the integrities related to this matter are explained to them fully. However, as a responsible organization, we are aware of where our people are.
It sounds as if you've been having discussions, PAC to ANC, but have you been able to engage the government? Because I suppose, as you were saying, this is really where the action will happen.
We have engaged the government in the past on the matter. It has not been something that we enjoyed their support. However, we are hoping that now that at a party level, a decision is made, perhaps this decision shall translate into government policy, because unless their party policy translates into government policy, it remains a pipe dream. It remains a promise they make to the society, which they cannot follow up with government policy. So we will hold them accountable to the decision they've made, and will make follow-up on what government is doing over decision arrived at by the ruling party.
All right, and that's where we'll leave it. Let's hope that everything works out and those fallen comrades get recognized and honored justly. Thank you so much indeed for your time.
Thanks, Peter.
All right, that's the PAC Deputy President Victor Serakalala speaking to us about the repatriation of those comrades that have fallen in the PAC, ANC over the years that are still out in various areas.